What's going on, everyone? It's Cleo Thomas, player 1.
It's Kadeem Thomas, player 2.
It's Camille Thomas, player 3.
And I am Kalia Thomas, player 4. And thank you for plugging in and being our 5th controller. And welcome to the 4Kontrollers podcast.
That's what I'm talking about. Welcome, guys. We are so excited to be back, man. We are riding the high. We just came back off of an incredible weekend at Dreamcon in Austin, Texas. It was absolutely amazing. This was my 3rd year returning. I believe Kadeem's as well, Kalia's as well. Mills, this was your 2nd time returning to Dreamcon, and it was just mayhem. It was beautiful. It's a hell of an experience to be down there. If you haven't had the chance to check it out, I really do suggest you go, man, because you get a chance to be around people who are into anime just like you, into gaming just like you, into comics just like you, cosplay just like you. The parties that are going on around the city of people just popping up, like people taking over whole restaurants just to kick it with each other. It was insane. But we want to do a full DreamCon recap. Kadeem, let's start with you. What was your takeaway from this weekend over in Austin, Texas for DreamCon 2024?
Austin obviously is one of my favorite cities. There's a few names that Mimil told me that they would call it now. Cathoston was one, which is insane.
Cathoston?
Cathoston was a crazy. Texas. There was one more, Mimil, that you had that you said earlier. I forgot what it was.
It was like
oh, yeah, it was like something down the lines of that. Yeah. But yeah, I love Austin. So DreamCon being down there is always a good time for me to go back to that city. And of course, just walking around the city and seeing cosplays walking around, especially there in that downtown and 6th Street and stuff like that. It's always a funny experience just to see different conventions going on. There's always another convention going on around that time. Always at the hotel, there's another convention. So seeing us walk through there, this, normal, casual people walking through and us coming through with all these different type of cosplays. So I will always appreciate people's cosplays. Always. The Nega Chin was there. Crimson Chin and Nega Chin showed up. One of my favorites. I just, something about that cosplay. I would have never thought someone would pull that one off. So yeah, cosplays is always going to be my favorite part about DreamCon. Of course, gaming was there. They had a huge gaming stage where we did the live podcast for How to Nerd. Shout out to How to Nerd podcast. We were there together for 4Kontrollers, up there on that stage. Chili's had a burger or what was the game? Chili's had what game was that? I'm blanking on the game. Is it Burgerville?
Yeah, it was Burgerville.
Yeah, they had a cool little setup over there with a bunch of different arcade machines, like custom-made arcade machines for the video game that they debuted there at DreamCon.
Exactly. They were there. Nintendo was there with the NES Remix World Championships. Which is it's pretty much nothing but a speed running game put in Switch form. So yeah. I've always loved DreamCon for it bringing us all together, man. I'm excited to go back again. We'll see where it is. See what it is this year. It's I'm not sure if we're gonna spoiler alert on that side of it. Austin's gonna renovate that convention center, so it's potentially not gonna be there next year. Yeah. So they're probably have to go elsewhere with it. So we'll see.
Yeah, man. Emil, what was your breakdown? What was your takeaway from DreamCon 2024?
DreamCon felt like at the end. So let's talk about the ending ceremony. Like I think that kind of wrapped it up for what DreamCon was for me. We had someone all the way from the UK traveling all the way just to be at DreamCon, and I honestly believe like that shows you how great the community is for DreamCon. Like everyone was very friendly with each other. And like everyone was everyone just felt like they were at home, That's what it felt like for me. And we talked about how you look to you brought it up where it was like at the cookout you're the black kid that likes gaming and anime that's looked at differently. But now we're like as a collective we
are that cookout.
Yeah, we are. Yeah,
just for us.
Yeah, so that's what it felt like to me. People were dancing in the middle of the exhibit hall. People were gaming nonstop. People were going to panels and learning more about each other. It was just everything just seemed perfect to me. Like the cosplayers were fire. Every single event was just lit, and while all this is happening, you have like these faces that everyone knows, like AMP. We had Sexy Red. We had even like O'Shea was there. Like we had a lot of people like just walking around that people would not see every day. And like when you see them, bro, like what? And it's like family there. It's like this love, It was great. And like I know I missed the year before, but to see how it was when it was in Arlington and how it came to Austin, it was like there was like a whole year gap for me, almost 2 year gap for me. So it was a huge switch up, a huge change. I was like, oh, we got like this? This is insane. So I loved every second of it. I really did. Like, everyone I met there, I didn't have no problems with no one. Like I just made a whole new bunch of friends, and I saw some friends that saw some friends that I've seen before, but like rekindling the relationship, and like now we're going back home and we're gonna be playing games when we come back. So it was great for me, especially being there with all four of you guys. Even mom was there,
Yeah, the motherboard made it out to DreamCon.
Motherboard was there.
Yeah. So and that's our first time, right?
That was our first time coming to DreamCon. Yeah.
Yeah, and like, dude, I know she loved it. Like, how can she not?
Yeah,
like
we got to get mom's input on that. We got to ask mother's input on gotta ask her.
We definitely should. And like I was gonna go to Anime Expo, but I was like, maybe not. Like I feel like it is not the same as DreamCon. It's different. Like, and it really is. It really is. So
it does set a very different precedent. Like it's the bar gets placed there because, like you said, the culture, the community, like you're seeing people who look just like you. So and that's like everywhere. Like the entire con is like that. Like every room. So you feel a sense of like community, like family. So it does kind of change it up when you go to a Comic-Con or Anime NYC. Like it completely switches it up, or an Anime Expo. Kalia, what about you, man? What was your DreamCon experience?
DreamCon was another wonderful time because I just really always loved walking around the artist alley there and seeing like a bunch of other like Black comic creators around there. Like there was one comic creator that created a comic called Scrap, SKARP, and it's woman's like MMA type fighting. And the art in there is wonderful. The storytelling looks extremely interesting. So they're great, but also just all the other comic artists there, like there's Midnight Comics, Concrete Comics, Rising Eagle, all of them are out there. So it's really cool to see like, other creatives that are into the comic medium making their own little thing. And just the entire vibe of it, like we've all been saying, it just feels like a second home. It feels like a nice, comfy cookout. And I think one thing that like summarizes it is the event that you did, Cleo, with all the music back and forth, like the music battle by Story Mode Day.
Bay Brigade.
The Bay Brigade.
So the whole part with like playing Panic at the Disco in front of an all black crowd and everybody sung it. Everybody got like hype from it. That just like that's the definition of DreamCon right there. We all like, we were always told, oh yeah, you on that weird stuff. We like that rock stuff. We like that white people stuff. And then finally getting like the acknowledgement and like the comfort of knowing, thank God we're not the only one, because this still goes hard. I don't care. So I love DreamCon just for that.
Yeah. There's also a game that I went to go play that one of the creators came over that was at the gaming stage called Universe. It's a black creator, black game developer that's like Mass Effect based with a little bit of roguelike game. I was not able to go there to play it, but I absolutely want to get a chance to play that game. Shout out to Universe with a Y. Universe with a Y, it's over there. So shout out to them as well, bringing that game there and showing it off and presenting it there.
When we were on the stage doing the 4Kontrollers podcast, was that booth over there to the left?
Yep, that's them.
I wanted to make it over there to see them, man. They definitely came over and introduced themselves. I got ran off.
Yeah, they did.
Thing.
Exactly, they did too as well. I was trying to get over there and play that game for them. So yeah, shout out to Universe for sure. Want us to play that game as soon as possible, because I did of course follow them on Instagram and saw the gameplay and stuff like that, and it already looked really cool. At least to me, I'm a huge third-person shooter or Mass Effect fan, so even in that camera angle alone is gonna entice me to try to play it and stuff like that. So yeah.
Even,
DreamCon for me, man, returning this year, as one of the official hosts was really, really great. Getting the chance to be a part of their very first film fest that King Vader and Wesley Wasgood Armstrong got a chance to be the judges on. Some amazing, amazing short films that were submitted, and we got a chance to choose the winner, and then the 9 other directors had their project showed there at the film fest as well the next day. I thought that was really great to be a part of that. Vigilante screened there as well, got a great response. Really enjoyed the reception of that. Day 2 for me was pretty packed. I got a chance to be on the podcast, the Hot and Nerd podcast, and filmed it with the 4Kontrollers. We had a great time up there with Brennan. People were laughing, people were engaged. They were doing call and response, which was really dope. Bald. And then the Bay Brigade battle was just incredible. The Bay Brigade battle was just the right thing, and I was so excited to return for that because last year I had to leave that early to go do the video game tournament. So I let Story Mode know, like, if you'll have me back, you got 100% of my time. I'm there, and I'm so glad that I did. My team was incredible. Berlizzi's team was incredible. They had some heavyweights over there. They came with some really, really good songs too. But I gotta agree with Kalia. That last record, that's all we had. I had one choice, Kalia, and I was like, yo, I had to figure it out because the topic was best karaoke song.
music.
That's a tough
and they
one.
came with that Keisha Cole record, and I was like, I think we got to come out of that field.
It was tough. It was tough.
Keisha Cole had the lights up, like they made a moment out of it.
Yes.
And you went back for real.
Yeah,
you went back for back.
Full Gambit cosplay was really cool. People responded really well to that. And the last day, of course, is the Powerline cosplay for me, and then also getting a chance to host a panel with 2 fellow actors, Leon Thomas, who's not only an actor but an incredible songwriter, a Grammy Award-winning artist, songwriter as well. Very stacked resume from the Nickelodeon era, Victorious, and a few other projects. August Rush, I believe, is the name of the project as well that he is famously known for. And then also Najee Harris, who is the mocap actor of Spider-Man Miles Morales in the PlayStation Marvel Spider-Man video games universe, and also he has a hell of a character in the Last of Us franchise as well, the video game franchise. So I got a chance to sit on the panel with those 2, and we got a chance to just talk and really share our knowledge as 3 individuals who've been in the acting space and entertainment space for over 20 plus years. And you could tell that the crowd was really, really receptive. They asked a lot of great questions. It was very interactive. I talked on a YouTube panel as well, along with Patrick Cloud, King Vader, and Kev on stage.
Kev on stage, and
also the young lady to my right, who's an incredible YouTube gaming streamer. She's so cool, man.
Yeah. I think it was Christine.
I think so. I think it's her. Yeah,
yes.
She was up there with us, man. She had a blast. She was also a part of the Geechee Bee spelling bee with me as well. By the way, I couldn't spell hypocrisy. I don't know if anyone told you guys. Did you guys know that?
Yes.
I did. I did here. I did over here.
Yes. I couldn't spell hypocrisy, guys.
Yeah, H-Y.
I said H-I, and the crowd said, oh, it was done.
Listen, they don't respect your method acting, man. That's not fair.
Thank you, Khalil. You give me a cover to be able to cover for.
It's 1-to-1 with the actual character 0, you know?
That's crazy. That's wild. What a cover up.
Great cover. Great cover.
See, I got you. You're good.
DreamCon 2024 was incredible, man. I can't wait. I hope we get a chance to return. Like Kadeem mentioned, they're doing some renovations to the Austin Convention Center, which is where it's been for the last 2 years. But they may have to move it next year. So fingers crossed we get a chance to be a part of it, and we'll be a part of the rollout of that, and we'll return to wherever the hell they place it. Regardless, we'll be there because we love the vibe, we love the feeling, and we love just being around all of it.
Dreamcon ETL, let's go.
What?
Whoa!
Oh my god, that'd be scary. I'm kidding. But that
I don't know about ATL. I don't know about Atlanta. Atlanta would be crazy.
Good luck.
I mean, okay, so should we make a guess, or what do you think DreamCon should be next year if this is the case?
Texas seemed like the perfect place because it's central.
Yeah,
everyone can fly in from everywhere, fly in, and then fly back out. It's 2 hours from each coast to me. If I had to make a choice on where I think it could make a transition to, I don't want to say LA just because LA is just too it's just too much.
Yeah,
I like the fact that it was out there in that way. So maybe something like man, Kalia mentioned Atlanta, and that's a good one. It's crazy, but a good one.
It is good.
I'm gonna double on Kalia's, man. We're going to ATL.
What? All right,
we'll go to ATL.
That'd be scary. It's gonna be great.
What you thinking, man?
I mean, of course, there are the rumors of Vegas. Vegas obviously can handle it. Vegas has enough space, and you know they a lot of things come out of Vegas. They have way more hotels, obviously, or a lot more rooming will not be a problem for anyone
No.
for one. And then a lot of convention halls, a lot of stages, a lot of things being able to be set up. It might be a lot more walking for sure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like I think a lot more things would be spread out across the city to make it work. So that might be a little bit more of a little bit rougher to kind of get to where you need to, but it probably would spread out the convention for sure if they did choose Vegas. It wouldn't. I don't think it'd be all in one place. So that's the one thing. Yeah, because I feel like downtown Austin kind of just became DreamCon after a while. You know what I mean? You can just leave
feel like that.
Yeah, it just the whole area just becomes DreamCon, and I did appreciate that side of it. So
you're right. It did feel like that. Like anywhere I was, and anyone and everyone would like anyone that wasn't like part of DreamCon or like didn't know that DreamCon was happening. It's like, yo, like where are you coming from? And then that like we were just like spread to that. Like they were like, oh, what? Like it's happening right now. Like I should be there right now. I'm like, well, why aren't you here? You know. But for me, that's a hard one. This is a very hard choice. I didn't think you guys would say Atlanta, and I would love it for it to be to Atlanta because I've only been to Atlanta once. But if I had to like put my own input, I guess maybe Anaheim. Maybe it'd be a little much, but I feel like it would be a lot. But I think it would be cool. I think like DreamCon can be that big. Like I honestly believe, like from all the conventions I've been to, I believe DreamCon is like top one for sure, and I feel like the potential for it is just gonna keep going. So I cannot wait. Wherever it is next year, it's gonna work out. I believe so. I'm just gonna put like one day, maybe it'll be in Cali one day. That's what I believe.
Man, we got to tip our hats to the guys, man. We got to tip our hats to RDC and Berlizzi and Vader. Like these guys are all a staple of this convention that has, really helped a generation find themselves and be a part of something special. You know what I mean? Like, so if they ever get a chance to see this, to the entire RDC, to Mark, to Av, to Leland, to Desmond, Ben, Dylan, John, like you guys really did make something so incredible. And for you guys to be, I don't want to call you young, but in comparison to me, because I'm 35, I'm not sure how old they are, but just to know that what they have been able to cultivate and build and give back to the community in so many amazing ways by just having the messages of real dreams come true. Like you guys have done that. So thank you for it. Thank you for allowing me and my family to be a part of this and engage in it and share knowledge and interact with anyone who wants to talk gaming or talk sports or talk cosplay or talk comics or movies. That's all we did the entire weekend. So to everyone over at RDC, everyone not only in front of the camera but also behind the camera who makes this thing to come together. Thank you guys.
Yep, 100%. That is not an easy convention to pull off in no means, in no stretch. Like that takes a lot from a lot of different people, and it's a beautiful thing to see. It's always a beautiful thing to see them come together like that. And speaking of movies and stuff like that, I'm not sure this is kind of off the cusp, but we haven't really talked about Vigilante. We haven't because we now all four of us have seen it.
Yeah.
Right? Technically, all of you guys have seen Vigilante now.
Yeah,
all four of us have seen it. Like, you got a quick review on it? It was a beautifully shot. So shout out to Wes was good. Armstrong for pulling his vision and how he wanted to look together. It came out beautifully. If you do get a chance to see it, absolutely see it, as well as the acting. Obviously, my brother Cleo's in it, and he obviously he puts on a performance that I feel like is going to stand in a lot of people's minds of how to actually, be able to kind of fool people with your acting methods and everything else like that. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It was a beautiful thing to see my brother put on that performance and even hear the crowd react to it.
Yeah,
and how much more they wanted of it after it was done. So that's my review.
Yeah,
it was
I have the reaction recorded. Nice. Everyone's gasp. Everyone, it was sick, and like it was nice because I was talking to Wes about Vigilante before I even saw it. And I was like, oh, because Wes was showing you something, and I was interested because I hear like that's supposed to be like a trailer or some sort, a teaser of some sort for Vigilante. I was like, oh, like that's what it's about. And then we started going back and forth about it, and I'm like, oh wow. So I wonder how he's gonna pull this off. So like in my life I've never like talked to a director of a movie and then saw their movie. So it was a different experience for me. I went in there with just like knowledge. Just like I read the back of a book. Just like what is that called, Khalil, in the back of a book when it tells
The
you
summary.
the summary? Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
he low-key summarized what's going on before I walk into the movie. And I was blown away still. Like if I didn't have the summary, I would have had like the same reaction. But that was like the whole entire time I was thinking more like, oh, it's like what's gonna happen in this universe? Because I feel like it's way more expansive than just a short film. I feel like everyone feels the same way. Like it was beautifully shot. The story, the acting was on point. Even the music was good. The dialogue was good. Script writing, like just like literally checklist movie cinema. Like
Yep.
people said, masterpiece,
Yeah.
masterpiece, which you don't hear that often, especially for a short film. So you got like the whole entire team killed it. Like literally every single member of Vigilante has like did something for that. And I would love to see more of it. I really would. Like I know Wes is even thinking after that. He's like, dude, like I'm about to make this the cinematic universe. Like let's do it. Like we put the Blash in there, like Evan. Like he's so for that's where he comes from. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something. But yeah, 10 out of 10, 5 stars. Like literally, like let the world see it. That is that type of movie, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Kalia, what about you, man? What's your breakdown of Vigilante?
As for me, I did enjoy it deeply because there's been a lot of stories about, oh, superheroes, but in real life, so it's tougher. And we're going to focus on the urbans, and some of them have come out terribly. But with Wes and his brother with script writing, they actually felt like people before anything.
Yeah.
Because usually it's a serious topic, so then people are afraid to make jokes. And when they do make it, it's just like, did you have to mention like a tribe called Quest around this time? Like, why? You know? So it actually felt natural. The actual action I enjoyed because a lot of other shows when they do actions, it's like, okay, shaky camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Tell what's happening, bro. Stop.
Yeah, true,
Like
true.
actual, like it's realistic and in like if someone was recording for World Star back then, but bro, please, I need to see something. But they mastered the fight scenes with that, and the overall this visuals of it was great. The actual like beats within the story were wonderful. Nothing felt forced. All the characters kind of just felt natural. Thank God. And yeah, it was just a really great film. Shout out to the entire team. Weston's what's Wes's brother's name? Because I feel bad for just calling him his brother.
Top of my head, yeah. I went blank on Wes's brother's name at the moment. But yeah, he put together an incredible project, and it was really cool to see. It was really cool to see the response to it. This is now that would have been my second time watching it with an audience. No, third time watching it with an audience. We screened it at Disney's studio lot, and then we did one in BlurCon in DC, and then now we did it at Dreamcon in Austin. And yeah, to hear the crowd respond the way they do, to hear people talk about the project afterwards, it really is a great thing to hear, especially for me because I that's a tool that I want to keep sharp because a lot of the choices I could make as an actor in those scenes could come off, as Kalia said, like why or forced. And I'm very grateful or corny. Very corny. Yeah. And it's been really cool, man. It's been really cool to see the response. So I'm thankful that you guys got to see it and very happy to hear the response that you guys have given it. Cause I know you guys would tell me if it was terrible. You'd be like, nah, that wasn't it. You guys will keep it a buck with me.
Yeah.
Not only that, it was actually nominated, guys. It got nominated officially today. It was nominated for the 2024 Bronze Lens Film Festival.
Yay!
This film festival, which is in its 15th year, is held in Atlanta, Georgia, and this is a Academy Award qualifying film festival. Meaning, what comes out of this film festival, whatever ones win, they are considered up for the opportunity
for nomination
to be nominated.
That's
so
wonderful.
Wait, like nominated like at like Emmys
Oscars.
or like Oscars.
Oscar because it's a film Oscar. Yeah.
Wow.
So Wes dropped the news earlier today, and he sent me a message about it. So very excited to hear it, and we'll see what happens. We'll see, keep our fingers crossed as we continue to build this thing out. But yeah, man, big stuff coming for Vigilante in the future. Next topic, man. Let's talk about it. Make sure you guys are following 4Kontrollers. That's 4Kontrollers with a K, by the way. Make sure you guys are following us on all social media platforms. We're trying to hurry up and get to this 1,000 sub mark on our YouTube channel so we can get monetized and we can start dropping more and more for you. Switching past really quickly, we got to talk about something in the toy lane, which is we got to talk about Lego Super Mario World. What?
Oh, yeah.
Now, mind you, Lego and Nintendo have been working together for quite some time. I remember when they first debuted, like the little digital-looking Mario, and he had like blinking eyes, and he could do like the first level, and he could do something, and a coin would pop up, cool stuff. And then Comic-Con a couple years ago, they had this gigantic Lego Bowser in the San Diego Comic-Con Convention Center. It was crazy big. And then they not too long ago, we talked about on the podcast, they had the Legend of Zelda Dooku tree and a bunch of little links as well. Is that clear?
It's a Deku tree.
Deku tree, excuse me. I thought Dooku from Star Wars, Dooku tree. Dooku, my bad. And now we get Lego Super Mario World. This is something that's right up Kadeem's alley because he loves this game. Kadeem, I got to let you take it away. Talk to us about this.
Yeah, Super Mario World is probably my favorite game. I can go back and play it at any time. I've beaten it multiple times. Shout out to the Star Road. Shout out to, it's so beautiful.
Wait, is this when you were playing in Arlington? Is that the same game or that's a different Mario game?
That's the same one. That's the same one. That's the same one they actually had it at the arcade. They have like a little arcade Super Nintendo with a big old controller. I'm not sure if anyone's seen that in the arcades before. It's literally like a 2-foot controller. That's from an SNES. But yeah, I was playing it there, and I made it to the boss.
And you can't beat it.
You can, except I'm not gonna beat an invisible Bowser.
Yeah,
impossible. I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, that's nasty.
That's not fair.
Yeah, I was not gonna do that. But anyway, the Lego that they dropped was pretty much the image of Mario riding Yoshi with the cape on. That is pretty much what the game entails. If you ever played the game, you know exactly the image that I'm talking about. It's literally that little sprite of Mario and Yoshi. And unfortunately, I've had to sacrifice a lot of Yoshis in my time. Because you get that little jump. You get that little jump off of Yoshi's back. You know what I mean? Yeah. Hey, look, gotta keep going, baby. Gotta keep going. So, population drops. And the best Yoshi is the blue Yoshi because you get a shell in its mouth, he can fly. One of the greatest cheat codes ever. Really. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. All the different color Yoshis in that game do different things. So the blue one, is the blue shell or the blue Yoshi. If you put a shell in his mouth, he can fly. The yellow one, if he lands, it's like a stomp. And it's like like a
boom.
Shock. Yeah, it's like a shockwave.
This is Super Mario World, right?
Yep.
Whoa.
Yep. Exactly. Red is any shell turns into a fire. Obviously, you're able to shoot fire back out of his mouth. That one. And I think that might be it. I think they have 4 or 5 colors. Of course, you have your regular green, blue, yellow, red. I believe.
Yeah, that's only those 4.
Yeah, exactly. So, so this coming out and how much this game means to me, I'm for sure probably gonna pre-order this one. Probably gonna pre-order it. I do love this game. This game is like between this and Mario Galaxy are my 2 favorite Mario games. And yeah, it kind of goes back and forth. But yeah, seeing that they're go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, seeing this come out, seeing that they're just dropping this particular piece of Super Mario World, I'm excited to see and kind of build it.
I love it. The thing that's so memorable to me about that game is really just that first level song, like whatever. It's like it makes you feel good. It's such a good first level. And then the boss battles are really, really epic. The gate climbing and when you're in the Bowser's castle and having castles, you knock and then he goes to the other side of the gate. Yeah, man. Really, really iconic and classic.
Yeah. It looks like it is a one that can move. By the way, it has like a little thing, a
crank in the back, right?
A crank on the side, so it actually is able to run as well. And then also stick its tongue out. I'm looking at it right now as well. So Yoshi can stick his tongue out. Yeah. It's pretty dope.
That game seemed like very revolutionary. If this one, like hearing it, like I did not know about the Yoshi thing, and like the fact that you guys are bringing up like the different mechanics that were never like you guys didn't see that before that game. You know what I mean? Like so, it's just like Nintendo was just trying to be always a step of the curve, and that game was definitely a defining moment for them. So that's why they had to bring it back for a Lego set. It's it's generational. It's very good. Very good game.
Oh yeah, I'm excited for this one.
Kadeem, you got to go ahead and dedicate a Twitch stream to it, man. Legos are. It's funny because I was looking at a few Lego sets not too long ago, and the two that stood out to me, me and Khalid had talked about it, was the Disney villain set, like with the apple and the book, and one's an actual like VHS tape, and you get all these little minifigs of like the Disney villains. And I saw it at Target not too long ago, and I did pick it up, Khalid. I did. I was like,
oh my god, I knew it. I knew it was gonna appear in your house eventually.
But I did put it down. I put it back down. I didn't buy it, but I did have it in my hand, and I got right past the clothing section. I was like, I don't need this, because we were getting ready to leave anyway. I'm like, when am I going to build it? But now right. I think I might need that in my collection, man.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and then there was this really cool Batman Lego one that I saw that's like Gotham City.
Yeah,
with all the little Easter eggs.
Yeah, and it opens up to the Batcave, and it has like everything. It has like all the Robin suits in there, and comes with Alfred. Like, it's loaded. It's a crazy set.
I'm thinking about getting that.
It's not that bad. I don't blame you. That's a good one.
I want to get that one. Probably hang that as a piece up here somewhere.
One of my favorite ones is the new Dungeons and Dragons one. It is gorgeous because it has like, I think it almost has like every single class as a minifigure, but also like them as different races, and then it has a Displacer Beast, a giant red dragon like right in front of it, and a Beholder, and it is like, I hope you guys can like find a picture of it because it is insane. Actually, let me just post it right here. Let me see if I can.
Mike, have you ever built a Lego set?
I've never built a Lego set. I've never built a Gundam. I never built anything like that. So I actually wanted to dedicate a stream to doing that. But yeah, I've never actually sat down and built a Ninjago or Dragon, a Star Wars thing, anything. But maybe one day. But Khalil would do it all the time. Since you brought up Batman, I was gonna ask, what do you think about the Cape Crusader? It's not out yet, but supposedly, like, what are your thoughts on it coming out? Because supposedly it has 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, which it's sick. So, what do you think?
Wow.
Yeah, it comes out, starts premiering tomorrow on Prime Video, and I just watched the trailer this morning. So I saw like a few posts about it, but I was avoiding it because I wanted to just experience it, when it drops. And I watched the trailer this morning, and I'm in. Okay. I want to see what this is like. It looks really cool. It sounds great. The villain designs look amazing. Catwoman has this really cool redesign that looks really, really dope.
It's like the classic look, huh?
Because
like the dress and stuff.
Yeah, it's not the classic, or it's not the Catwoman that we've seen in like the Batman the Animated Series, or like the Batman. Like, it's something. There's an old kind of stylistic thing to it, but and the color looks really dope. So I'm really excited for that, man. And I can't wait to start watching that. Moving into the next subject, though, very quickly, man, we're gonna touch on this one. We got confirmation of the next drop from Mortal Kombat, guys. The season 2 for Mortal Kombat, it's going to be an expansion pack that brings a brand new story campaign, and it's called Chaos Reigns, right? So the protectors of Earthrealm, God Liu Kang, Thunder God Liu Kang, no, Thunder Fire God Liu Kang, Fire Thunder God. Him.
That boy said both of them.
Yeah, he has fire, thunder, and he's the guy. He is going to have to deal with the Titan version of Havoc. And Havoc looks crazy. If you haven't got a chance to see the storyline or play through the storyline, Havoc pops up right at the ending of the game, and he missed all the action and the chaos, and now he wants a piece of being the head of the universe.
Yes,
perfect. I would love for him to do it.
So not only do we get the expansion on the story and a brand new chapter in that, we get some brand new DLC characters added to the fight roster as well. We get the girl versions of Cyrax and Sector. We get Conan the Barbarian with the Arnold Schwarzenegger design from the old movie. We get the T-1000 from Terminator Judgment Day. The liquid T2 Terminator that was chasing Arnold Schwarzenegger the whole movie, who was in the cop outfit. We get him. We get Noob Saibot. Really, really excited about him to come back. Love some Noob. Oh, yeah. I'm in.
Lord.
I love it. I love that. Noob's back. And finally, we get Ghostface from the Scream movie franchise. Wow. We did hear the leaks. We did read them. We talked about it on a previous episode. Now you got the confirmation list, guys. What are your thoughts?
I mean, my thoughts are, at least the rumors are true. The rumors were true. The leaks were confirmed, and it's the Sector and Cyrax dropped with the them being the female versions of them now is a really cool swap on the storyline as well with those two. And Screaming, I feel like Ghostface is going to be used a lot. It all depends on that move set. I'm excited to kind of see what they're going to do with him, but. All I know is that I feel like he's gonna be crazy fast. He's gonna have to be crazy fast. Like I want to know how much they're gonna go into the comedy aspect of Ghostface as well. Because he's obviously he's a normal person. He really is a regular person at the end of the day.
I'm saying.
So I just want to see what they're gonna do with that side of it. But I'm excited to see it. I'm excited that and of course the actual campaign and everything like that. Havoc and the Chaos Realm. I played a lot of Mortal Kombat Deception, and going through all those realms was one of my favorite parts of the Conquest mode. And Chaos Realm was a really cool one to go through. So I wonder if they're gonna dive in that a little bit more with a Tyrant Havoc. So I'm excited.
Okay, yeah.
Mike, what about you, brother?
For me, Sector, Cyrax, Noob Saibot, very excited for returning characters of the game. I love Cyrax and MK9 and I think honestly Noob Saibot and MK9 was cool as well. His wishbone fatality, if y'all remember that.
Still goes down in legend. It might be top 5.
It might be.
Might be top 5.
But the fact that we have
the fact that you knew the name, Emil. The fact that you knew the name.
How many times you used it?
Yeah. That's my fave, honestly. And the fact that we brought, what do you even call the cyborgs? Like, is that the Lin Kuei? Like, what do you even call them? There's like a special
Lin Kuei.
Yeah, the Cyber Lin Kuei is sick.
Depends on the lore. Depends on the game.
Yeah, true. But yeah, the fact that they're back, like, that's like amazing. And as females, that's pretty insane. Like, I believe like, that's just new. We never had a female cyborg before. I mean, we had Frost.
We had Frost. Yeah, MK11. Yeah, she was there.
Yeah, but this is like a full on like, oh no, I'm a cyborg. I'm Cyber Sub-Zero. Like, this is different. You know what I mean? So this is cool. But the guest characters, I've never watched Conan the Barbarian, but I know the character.
Right.
I know Terminator. I know that one.
We was in that. Yep. We had a Terminator already in Mortal Kombat.
Exactly.
Yep.
And now we have Ghostface, which is like probably like the most human horror character there is. Like, I'm not even sure. Like, is Michael Myers considered a human? Like, he's not even in there.
No.
That's a giant of a man.
Yeah.
You're about to say no, but he's just physically imposing too though. Like,
Oh, I see.
Same thing with like Jason and stuff. Oh, I'm sure there's some demon stuff.
Jason's a bit different.
Yeah. So, like, the fact that we have like a normal human, like we had like Johnny Cage, is like probably like the most human character I could think of. He just has like
I want to say Stryker's our most human character.
Yeah, Stryker. Yeah.
No, he's yeah.
Like, honestly, that's like we talked about it before. I'm like, Ghostface is just a human. Like, how is he going to like win a Mortal Kombat tournament?
Yeah.
This man has to go against
we shouldn't have to think of it in that space. Like, he's here. Enjoy the fact that he's here. It's funny.
It is funny.
It's funny.
Yep.
Like, what I hope they do is they pull even from the movies where there's fatalities. For instance, with the Homelander fatality, one of the ones he flies you up and then he lets the plane moment happen from the TV series and from the comic books, and he just watches the plane go down, which I still can't believe they put in the video game. To be
That's
quite
messed
honest.
up.
That's crazy. Like, we did watch that on the show. It was in the comics, but to actually then revisit it and put it in the video game too is nuts. So I'm wondering like how on brand will they get with Ghostface? Are they gonna do like, for instance, I think in the first one, the first kill we see, they hang the guy from the tree out. No, the daughter.
Yeah, it was the daughter.
It
was Drew Barrymore. Yeah, Drew Barrymore's character was actually the one that which is a crazy swapping itself to take out the main character that was on the poster.
And that's what made Scream what it is.
That's what made Scream. No, that's what made it what it was. So
I never knew. Yeah. See, I wasn't live at the time, so I don't get that hype. But I now that you guys are explaining it, that makes a lot of sense. Like why it is like the series and like franchise that it is. Like people really do love Scream. But like whenever I think of Mortal Kombat, I just think of it's not like that all the time, but I'm like, what would Ghostface do in this scenario? That's how I'm thinking.
Right,
He's
sneaking.
Yeah, exactly.
No, he's sneaking, bro. That's what that was his best. That's his best attribute. He was when it comes to in his movies. Man was sneaking around, and he would just catch you in ploys and plots and stuff like that. So
I feel like because who was the one that grabbed at the end right before what's his face pops up? Like who was at the top? Because I know before, like it was Zombie Liu Kang, and then like 2 other characters pulled up.
Shang Tsung,
Blaze.
Zombie Liu Kang up there. Quan Chi was up there, I believe, at the top. Blaze. Who else?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say before Blaze pops up. But I felt like if Ghostface wasn't there, he would like, of course, be sneaking around, and then it'll be the last person there, and then he will like run up the stairs finally, and then trip on the tunic. Just gets curb stomped right
stab himself. Damn it!
Yeah, at this point.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess I'm lit for this whole entire combat pack. Like I think MK is the only game where they like show you the full DLC and then like we'll release them, like this is what we have and this is on the way. You know, so I really appreciate that type of release. I don't think we've seen that before, and it looks like it works for them, so they're gonna keep doing it that way.
Yeah, pretty much the roadmap essentially. You know how people do roadmaps in other ways. Their roadmap is just to show everyone, let you know what we have coming up. So
I got you.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And then as for me, when it comes to the whole combat pack, I think it's pretty cool. I do love Sector and Cyrax pulling up like that. And then, you know, I kind of missed up on the Conan the Barbarian run. I always appreciate him only because of in Fallout they had Grognark the Barbarian, which is like it's literally the exact same thing.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm sure. Then again, I'm sure his moveset's about to be wild because he just has a giant battle axe. That's gonna be insane to watch. His fatalities, I feel like, I don't know, maybe there's stuff in the show that was insane that they can pull. Because I think they would just be kind of simple, just chop them down easy. But yeah, then again, what they did with Rambo when they had him in Mortal Kombat, his fatalities were disrespectful.
Yeah, they did kind of go hard on you and stuff.
Yeah. So that was wrong. But for me, with Ghostface in there, I do like that's like pure original like tunic with the belt around kind of Ghostface. I felt like a fun fatality with him. It was like because we got the Johnny Cage with his car. It'd be funny if he gets to have the garage door kill, you know?
Yeah.
That'd be funny to watch.
That's an iconic kill for sure.
It was.
That'll like given the one in the TV van where it had the 3-second delay.
That was dope.
That was great.
That was dope. That was a dope concept. That was such a dope concept for just tech at that time of how much of a delay that was to getting back to the camera with the live feed. There was some things they did in those movies that made it. That's why it was so good. That's why it was so good.
And then with the T-1000, I feel like because he does do the whole liquid thing. I feel like he's just gonna like liquidate himself, put you inside.
My boy about to be Iglesias.
I'm about to say Iglesias from Killer Instinct.
My boy about to be Iglesias from Killer Instinct. Yeah, I can see it.
So yeah, Combat Pack is pretty dope, and then storyline keeps going. So I'm excited to see where it goes.
Keep it pushing, keep it going. We're in, man. Like as a Mortal Kombat fan, diehard wise, I went to the Trap Sushi after party after Dreamcon, and they had the Mortal Kombat upstairs, and I had to wax a few folks. I went on a 5-game win streak. Casual. And then big shout out to the 2 commentators for Mortal Kombat when it's at conventions or when it's at championships. Both of them, Infinity, and I always forget my man's name. Start with
Tento.
Yes,
Tento.
Yeah, Tento. So that we got a chance to. As soon as he walked up, that would have been our rematch because we did play at Evo against each other.
Yeah.
So what I love the most about both Infinity and Tento was the fact that they both were like, "Yo, you can play if we just teach you these other like the things they know as the pros." They're like, bro, you're going to be different. So I'm like, I appreciate that coming from the guys who really do know the game at the level that they do. So, we'll see what happens in the future. But, I was clearing house before those 2 showed up. And I'm like, it's different for y'all. Y'all really do commentate.
See it all.
Yeah. But, make sure you guys are following the 4Kontrollers. That's 4Kontrollers with a K, by the way, on all social media platforms. Like I said, we thank you guys so much. We are trying to get to our 1,000 sub mark on our YouTube so it can be monetized and we can start working on more and more and more content. And that way, the 4Kontrollers network will continue to grow. We got a few more topics to touch on as we're closing out this episode. We got the Olympic Esports. We got the Xbox 360 is officially dead. We got Light Yagami at the Olympics. Robert Downey Jr. returning to the Marvel Cinematic Universe as Dr. Doom, and Snoop Dogg being the exception in every essence. That is 5 different topics. I think we should all choose what we want to talk about before we go ahead and close it out. Kadeem, what do you want to talk about the most?
I want to talk. I guess I'll talk about the Xbox 360. Well, I'll go Xbox 360. You know what? Y'all talk about it. I'll leave that to those two. Let me go Olympic Esports.
Olympic Esports. Talk about it. What's going on with the Olympic Esports?
The Olympic Esports is going to be a thing. It was not this year. I know the Olympics are on right now in 2024 in Paris. Shout out to all the winners already. Shout out to the USA gymnastics team that just won gold again. Shout out to Simone Biles.
USA.
And of course, and all the swimming. I just love the Olympic time because you just see sports that we know these people put in so much work in order for to get to every 4 years, and then finally be able to put on the grand stage on TV, televised. Always love it. Always love the Olympic time. But esports is supposed to be up to be in the next Olympics, which is going to be in Los Angeles, which we are located out of. Which we are located out of, which is already crazy in itself.
I'm not driving.
And the question for, I guess, all of us real quick would be, what games will be part of that Olympic? What could you be a gold medalist in when it comes to gaming? And, of course, comment below, whoever's watching this, what you guys would think for a game. I gave it some thought. I finally thought about it. And FIFA was the one that I was like, you know what? That's probably going to be one of the first ones, just because soccer is global. Soccer is a huge sport in itself. And that being an esports thing, being a gold medalist in FIFA, makes the most sense. Makes the most sense. Because, that's where I'm at. Wait. I'm going to open the floor to everybody else.
I'm going to go player one first. What do you want to... I feel like, you've been watching the Olympics for the longest. Like, what are you thinking fit there?
So, when this announcement came, right, I was like, oh, cool. So, like, is it going to be Call of Duty? Like, is it going to be Apex Legends? Is it going to be Madden, FIFA? Is it going to be fighting game? Will it be like a Tekken, a Street Fighter? And then come to find out, like, no, they've already been doing something in the realm of Olympics and gaming. And what are these games that they have? They're kind of like these original games that are made or approved by the Olympic Committee. So it's not the games that people are even really playing. It's something that's only specialty made for the Olympics. You got some archery game, a baseball game, a cycling game, a motorsport game, a shooting game, a tennis game, and none of them are the games that are even available for people to really play. So that was kind of, being honest, that was kind of a letdown for me, because I'm like, I get it. But we want it, like, at that scale with how big gaming is, you got to let the ones that people are really tuned in and watching on freaking Twitch every day, you got to let those come in there. So
you got to.
I hope that changes.
We got 4 years.
I hope that does happen. We get something like that. We get at least 1 or 2 games that people love. It could be League of Legends. It could be Fortnite. Like, it's got to be something. But if I could compete, the question was, if you could compete for a gold medal in any sport, in any gaming?
What game would you think would be a Olympic gold medalist game? That'd be
Let me get Forza in there.
Wow.
Okay.
Let me get Forza.
Is car racing even in the Olympics? No way.
No, it's not. But it's a video. But it's video game. It's gaming.
Yeah.
So it gives people who are different, who enjoy motorsports, it gives them an opportunity to do something different. I would say something like that, bro. I would say something like Forza, or if I want to be just off the wall with it, I want Call of Duty. I do. But also, I feel like you can't do Call of Duty because it's too violent.
Okay, let's have a Mario Kart.
We'll do Mario Kart. I'll take Mario Kart.
Mario Kart will go crazy. Gold medalist. It's just the idea of being able to say I'm an Olympic gold medalist in this particular video game is a crazy title you can have for the rest of your life.
Yeah. That's a good one. Yeah, I only mentioned Mario Kart because he said Forza. I'm like, well, I think a good one that would work is definitely Mario Kart. Yeah. Well, for me, Kadeem mentioned Dance Dance Revolution, which is honestly like the most physical game I can think of.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's good.
Ranking the same like you do in gymnastics, or like based on difficulty and stuff like that, and execution.
Oh my god.
I would love to see Dance Dance Revolution. Yeah, me and Ben were talking about it at the airport when we were flying back. I was like, DDR Olympic gold medalist would go crazy. Would go.
I like
it. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Full cosign on that one for me. I like that one.
Yeah, that would work so well. Yeah, me too. I would watch it too. I mean, VR isn't as it's not as advanced as it can be to like be like physical, but once VR gets to that space, I would like to see some type of VR game in the Olympics. I think that would like change a lot of people's perception on video games. Really, like he's like, oh, he's really getting physical, like in a whole other world, but he just has his headset on, but he's like he's sweating out there. You know what I mean? Like because even when I used to play some VR games, like one of my favorite VR games is Gun Runners. I'm not sure if you guys played it, but the fact that you can like physically like climb up a wall, like this is like an actual action, like I'm actually doing this and I have to like hold on and aim at the same time. That's some crazy stuff. So I would say some type of VR game. I think that's how you really can merge the two of athleticism and video games for the Olympics.
I'm in that. I like that too. I'm digging that.
As for me, I think just for the sake of classics, Street Fighter 2 Turbo Edition, I think, you know, if they're gonna have a fighting game there, they're gonna want to go to like the most simple, most base one.
No.
So going to the origins, the beginning, I think out of all the Street Fighters, they would choose that one. Just for fighting game.
Yeah, that game is. Have y'all played that game?
Certainly, you know, the blueprint.
It is
definitely the foundation.
That game is crazy. That's all I can tell you. I'd rather have. Well, yeah, you're right. It is the blueprint. I can see that. I really could. I just hope. Nah, that game like the matchup on that in that game is kind of crazy. There's a lot of crazy matchup in that game. It is unfair. It is broken, yes, but you know, if that's the case, I'd rather have Melee. You know?
Yeah, listen, as a Nintendo, let that happen.
Ooh, can you imagine?
How your hands feeling after that? Well, I broke my thumb out there, so you know. It's like...
God.
All right, that's our breakdown for the Olympic sports. Does anyone what other topic we want to touch on, man, as we wrap this thing up?
Let's play 3. It's your turn.
I wanted to talk to player 1 about Snoop Dogg. Let's
talk about it.
I did not. Yeah, I did not know this guy was like. I thought you'd be like, okay, like I'm just doing like a promotion for it, a promotion for the Olympics. No, my man is there. He's swimming Michael Phelps. He's talking about, oh, me and you got the same figure, and like to be an Olympic, you gotta have good lungs. He's like, oh, I got good lungs. You know, he's referencing.
That's what I mean. Yeah. The exception, bro. The exceptions are crazy for Snoop. That's why I added this as a topic. I was like, this is crazy. Go ahead.
This is great because honestly, without Snoop, we wouldn't even have the talk of video games at the Olympics. And like he might be not only the exception, but like the person we need to merge these two worlds. It's like, you know, there's like a line between like what's like professional and what's not, but he's both. You know what I mean? He's
the only one though. I mean, that's why
I know
why this is on this list to talk about.
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg is the only guy who can be live on Instagram with a blunt in his hand and saying the B word and throwing up gang signs.
Yeah.
And the very next day, he can show up to the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Award.
Yep.
Snoop Dogg is the only guy who can have marijuana conversations on national television.
Yeah.
And be at the Olympics.
Have you seen the pin? Have you seen the pin?
That pin is sick.
The pin.
Have you seen the
pin is Snoop blowing out smoke or blowing O's like how hookah guys do it or vape guys do it. And it's the rings, the color of the rings of the Olympics.
That's wild.
I knew it was real because I think ESPN posted. I was like, "Oh, this is ridiculous.
This is crazy."
when ESPN posted that pin, I was just like, "Oh, okay, so he's just the exception."
Because
it's not hate at all. That is crazy. That's the reason why I put that out of the title. That is the exception to every rule that I've ever known when it comes to media and all that type of stuff. Wow,
and branding and being it's like icons can do icon stuff. Period. Snoop Dogg is an icon. He breaks barriers. He is a icon in every definition of the word. Wherever Snoop, there's not a place on earth I don't think Snoop Dogg can go and not be seen and immediately recognized.
Yeah,
you feel me? He's at that level. That's just, and that's without a camera on him. But anytime you put a camera on Snoop Dogg, it is a reaction. It is Uncle Snoop. To people, he's the coolest. Us as a culture, Snoop, that's he cool as shit. But to the people who aren't for the culture, just like who don't know, but like, they want to be cool with Snoop Dogg. Who don't want to be cool with this guy? So it's amazing. It's something, I'm not gonna lie. There's a part of me that tries to figure out how to navigate this business to be able to one day have that, to be able to do literally whatever I want. Snoop Dogg does whatever the hell he wants to do, and I think that's the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, it is. It is.
And he carried the torch. I'll leave it at that. Man carried the torch.
And he carried the torch for the.
He carried the torch.
I know everybody suspected him, like, to start the journey of the torch back to LA. He's gonna like hold it, and then he's supposed to slowly pull out a blunt.
You know he is.
It's gonna be crazy.
If they let him do that,
bro. Like, and that's why I wanted to talk about it with you, man. Like, because it's like we've had. Well, I think we brought it up before, but now to like really like see it, like he's like on the grandest stage. He's on
the definition of worldwide humanity.
Yeah.
The athletics of that humans can do, and this man smoking marijuana. Like what?
It's dog, bro, and it's different with that guy, man. It's like, I've been in his presence several times. We all were just at the compound here in LA not too long ago. Big shout out to Cordell, his son, who's doing all this amazing business underneath the umbrella of course, the Snoop Dogg tree. But I would love to sit down one day and just get the chance to talk to Snoop, just 10 minutes of his time, to be able to just ring off my thoughts and my questions about certain aspects of this thing. Because no matter what, the brand that is Snoop Dogg is the brand, but he's not just, hands off. He's in it. So I wonder, how does he make certain decisions? What things are off limits? How does he navigate these waters that he's been in since what? For over 40 years now? No, 30. We'll say 30. We'll say 30 years. We'll say 30.
90, yeah.
Hey, do the research. Here we go.
He's been.
Yeah, I mean, from like 89, 90 to now. Like if you want to go all the way back from
93. So so 30 years,
30 years.
Yeah, man. I think it's amazing, Mike.
Yeah, it is.
Great choice.
Like,
great choice.
It's a very good, like, it's just that has to be talked about, because I think he is going to be like what's next for our future, and he's like he's gonna be the one to help us all, and like the end of it, because he's doing all, like, you could say like he's doing this for himself, but he's really breaking barriers, like you said, for the rest of us that want to be in a space like him. And
he is a trailblazer. It's the best way to explain.
That's a great way to put it. He is a trailblazer.
He is a pioneer, a trailblazer, and of course, and he's blazing.
Yeah,
blazing it up.
I don't think anyone and everyone can just do what Snoop Dogg is capable of doing.
No.
I think there's a level of bulletproof that comes with being the brand that is Snoop Dogg. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I really do hope you get that conversation with him if we hit the death row compound again. Like,
gotta talk to him. I just want to pick his brain, like, not long at all, just to sit down for 10 minutes and just ask a few questions about it all, man. The thing I wanted to touch on very quickly before Kalia wraps us up with this episode of the 4Kontrollers podcast is Robert Downey Jr. making a surprise return to the Marvel Cinematic Universe as Dr. Doom. For those that don't know, Dr. Doom is the arch nemesis of many Marvel heroes, pretty much everybody.
Yeah, sure. He's a menace. But I mean, Fantastic Four is really what he's known for. Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, Fantastic Four is definitely what he's known for. But there's the storyline in which he's God Doom, and I think that one is called is that Secret Wars?
I think so, because he
So regardless of the character Doom, let's get back to just Robert Downey Jr. returning to the It's not Iron Man. It's not Iron Man. Cool. This is Robert Downey Jr. returning as another character in Marvel, and it happens to be the big bad. You feel me? And he comes up there on the stage. The people lose it, and he says, "New mask, same task." Wild statement to throw out there that has people, coming up with all kind of theories of what the story's going to be, this, that, and the other. But it's. I don't know.
I'll leave it at again. Now that we put it in that perspective, because Dr. Doom, a lot of his stuff would be with a mask on. I don't know. I just feel like Dr. Doom. I thought Dr. Doom had to wear a mask because he messed up his face. If I'm not mistaken, wasn't that a thing from previously.
I'm sure Doom wears a mask because something did happen. I think he was also there when the thing happened to the Fantastic Four.
Right. I could have sworn that was the reason why he kind of wore the mask the reason why he did.
Yeah, I thought like
so
I thought it was like to protect himself.
Yep,
Exactly.
in Marvel's comics, Dr. Doom, Victor Von Doom, wears a mask to hide his face after an accident scars him.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that so with that being on top of it, like Tony Stark was Tony Stark, right? Like a lot of Avengers scenes, Robert Downey's just being Tony Stark. Yes, he's Iron Man, and yes, you know what I mean. But a lot of the footage of him being as Iron Man was it like with the actual Jarvis screen.
Yeah,
his face.
Literally his face.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's literally just his face. So this next step with him being Doctor Doom, how much of that time is he even going to see his face? Is where my mind said, because as soon as you said same mask or different mask, same task. Now I'm just like, so how much time is he even going to spend masked up at that point?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. That's the first thought of mine. We'll see what happens, but yeah, that's my first thought now.
For me, we've never seen this before. We never had a Marvel we never had a cinematic universe that's this big and like this expansive, where there's multiple universes. So the fact that you can bring the top talent that you have in your cinematic universe
back,
just plop them in a whole thing. Like, this is a whole nother universe. Don't worry about it. When he pulls this off, because he's Robert Downey Jr., like he's a great actor, like like one of the best. He really is. So he's gonna show his range with a whole new character and be like, this is him. Like I know him as this. Nah, like this is him now. This is what's happening. Like, this is what you see. We've never seen that before. So I'm really excited to see how this goes. I'm actually like very invested into this. When we're talking about like, the mask thing, like having that mask might be able to let him just be a whole new character. And like once he like figures out this character, you're gonna see him as Doctor Doom at the end of all this. Like he turned into Doom. Like he used to be Iron Man, but now like I know Robert Downey Jr. as Doom. Like that's gonna be the future for him. So I'm ready for it. I'm ready to see how this goes. It's very interesting, and like we've never seen it before. Never. This is insanity. Like I know if you've seen like how much like the deals they gave this guy. I'm not sure if you've seen the numbers and everything, but they brought him back, and he's back for good reasons, obviously. But he's also back because he loves the community. And what else would you be? What else could you do when you're like your most known thing is that, and to be as Iron Man and to be brought back into the superhero universe to be interested and still going?
Yeah,
he's here. Let's do it.
I mean, for him to have the entire run as Iron Man, and then he goes and does Oppenheimer, he wins an Oscar. He had there was a TV show that he was on not too long ago. I can't remember the name of the project, where he played different characters. And now here we are with him playing Doom. So we'll see the take on it. Clea, do you have any thoughts on it?
Honestly, not as much. Like surprisingly, I really don't think much about that one. But it's like, it's just so weird and off. Like you were casting the same guy that you already used. It's like, I'm sure you guys can come up with so many like in-universe reasons for it. But it's like, this is such a weird move. Regardless, he's great.
So in this other universe, he was Doom. In the other universe, he was Iron Man. It's like it's not a confusing thing. It's just like that's what it is.
It's not, I don't mean like within the writing it's confusing. It's just in real life. That's just it really couldn't have gone to nobody else like at all. Like really?
I think they could have, Clea. I think they could have. They could have, but I think we've all seen like the response online and the people who are diehard fans feeling like just this last phase was just too much. It was all over the place. It wasn't in. People weren't rocking with it.
Yeah.
And
also, do you want to go first?
No, you finish. I have something to
say. Honestly, it feels like with WWE, Vince McMahon keeps on bringing back Goldberg for some reason. Like that's how it feels like to me.
That's horrible.
It's like
valid point.
That's a
valid point. Do we really like?
Great point,
Clea. You're right. You're right. I was thinking like, yeah, you're right. They're bringing him back, but at the same time, he's like, people missed him. You know what I mean? Like, oh man, we don't get to see Tony no more. We don't get to see Robert Downey. You know what I mean? So like, people are just excited for him to have him back. I know it's like Goldberg or whatever, but if it's innovative, I believe. Like, yeah, we're bringing back someone as a whole new character. You know what I mean? It's because our universe allows it. But yeah, I can see what you say. Like in real life, business wise, like it looks like, what are y'all doing? You know, like why can't we give it pass the torch? But no, like it looks like he carries the torch. So let him carry it.
Yeah. Another thing too is like even the stuff like back to like within the writing and stuff like now you guys are actually a true like Marvel comic book. Things are just happening just because, you know?
There you go.
So like, hey, this character was dead, but they weren't. Like it also feels like the whole Arkham Knight situation. Guys, I promise it's not Jason Todd. It's Jason Todd.
Yeah.
So
it's
Jason Todd. Yeah, so it's like have fun. Good luck.
I mean, yeah, like is looking years down the line, are they going to actually connect the two universes? Is Tony Stark going to run into damn Doctor Doom and it both be him? You know, like are we going that far with this to kind of, you know, it's all of a sudden did he get born in a different time in a different place in order for him to become Victor instead of Tony? You know what I mean? Like I don't know how far yeah, I don't know. We don't know how far they're gonna go with this. I don't want to go too far
meal that they're cooking, but
yeah,
I guess let them cook.
Was there like a panel like did Robert Downey like talk about this, or he just Dr. Doom and left? Like
he just popped up.
Okay, so I mean, isn't Dr. Doom known for illusions?
He's rich, and he's a sorcerer.
So like,
and it has a god complex. Well, more Jesus complex because he's more of a savior. He feels like he's more of a savior than a god, from what I can tell. But
okay, I was thinking like maybe like this is like a build up for like who really Dr. Doom is. Maybe it's not Robert. Like maybe they just had him there to just hype it up. But it was like Dr. Doom would have did that to like hype himself up. You know what I mean?
The official Marvel ARG begins.
Yeah.
What if it wasn't Robert Downey Jr.? You know, what if it was Iron Man in real life, but not our real life, but we're actually in the alternate universe of that one. So then technically he is Doctor Doom, but just not right now, but later he will be in the next timeline. It's like, okay.
Yeah, literally.
I'm gonna go drink, I'm gonna go to bed.
Yeah. But yeah, it is a mind-boggling thing. Is there like a release date or anything? It is like
no,
not that I didn't see much of their timeline, but that's I'm sure they're gonna start releasing some stuff soon. Some stuff will start leaking as it normally does. Kalia, we got to talk about the last thing on the build, man. We got to talk about Xbox 360 officially being dead. RIP, one of the GOATs. Talk about it. What happened?
So 360 was like that was one of my like first like main consoles I was like conscious to play on, and I've had so many memories in there. Like my favorite game started from them. Skyrim first released on there. GTA 5 first released on there. You know, so it's just the legacy it's had is secretly incredible, and it sucks to see like all the servers go. All the games are not available to purchase like digitally anymore, which is insane. So shout out to everybody keeping copies or trying to keep like physical volumes because it's getting tough out here to preserve all that. Yeah. So it does suck to see it go, but the steps forward it took, just with like online games, how interactive it was, like my favorite things about it, weirdly enough, was always the UI. Because me as like a 3 to 6 year old playing the game, or like trying to navigate throughout everything to like start playing and stuff, like I kind of knew where everything was because it was just designed beautifully. It was easy to understand. It had, of course, the Xbox colors, iconic. So it's just a go-to console, and it sucks to see all the games go and like the servers go. So yeah,
the Connect, the Connect started there. Xbox Live Arcade started there. There's a lot. I've heard a lot of
indie gaming in general like exploded because of 360. Super Meat Boy was what really kicked off indie gaming there.
Castle Crashers.
Castle Crashers, Explosion Man, and Miss Explosion Man started from there. Those are all iconic like indie games, and it's the end of an era. But I feel like it ended too early. I think it could have survived a little bit. Then again, the PS2 is fully dead, of course.
Yeah, but the PS2 had its run. It's weird because a lot of the marketplace, a lot of games have been able to be accessed on the Xbox One, for sure. I more think of the Xbox 360 officially being dead now is I just think of the user interfaces and how many different ones they had when it first started out with the fan setup.
The blades,
right? The little blades flipping back and forward. Like that's when me and Cleo first started playing. That's when we first started playing Gears and everything, and they had that interface. and then of course they dropped the avatars, and with the Windows 8 look with the big
like different slideshows.
with the different slideshows and stuff like that. They jumped to that. You know what I mean? Like,
and then the Xbox One layout too, where it's like 3 bars and then 2 in the middle, and then you can swipe through similar. And then you have the custom themes in the background too.
Yeah, like that. Like I will say, you don't see that. You don't see different interfaces in a one console generation thing. Like that was revolutionary in itself to me.
Yeah.
Like you usually once you start that console, that's pretty much it. You're not getting another interface. You're not getting anything else. That's just what it is of the BIOS side of it, the actual operating side of it. That's just what it is. So for them to kind of pull that tech wise, to me, was always a huge step forward on what we can do and how much we really are connected online at that point. Being able to pull off that. So
and one more thing about the interface of it is like I've always had ease going through Xbox menus even to this day. I rip my skin off every time I have to see the PS5 one or the PS4. Like I don't know where I'm going. I know I don't use them as much, but Jesus Christ, it just it just feels uncomfortable. Xbox at least like feels like, I don't know if it's simpler. I don't know if it's just better color coded, because I know with PS5 is just blue or white all the time, and like every single icon kind of starts looking the same at certain points. I'm just like, why is my games in my library? But then it's not actually, because some of them are preloaded. But then you got to go to different menus to find it, and then
you got to go to your collection. You got to go to your collection. Okay.
Yeah. Are the game switching? Yeah. But the PS3 and PSP interface was definitely like
the XMB, baby.
Ooh,
XMB.
Good stuff. But yeah, it sucks that the Xbox 360 is dipping. It was bound to happen. Like, are the PS3 servers still up, Kadeem?
Yeah, I was just about to ask.
I believe they're still up. Well, not the store. Not the store.
Yeah, I know the store is gone, but you can still play games on there.
You can still play. Which God of War Ascension has like one of the craziest multiplayer God of War games I've ever seen. I'm pretty sure no one's like, oh yeah, God of War has a multiplayer mode, and it is absolutely insane.
Oh, I remember that.
You remember that? Yeah, 4. It's actually crazy. You might have to give it another shot. I have to go grab a few of my people. Yeah, it's insane.
Whenever we hear 4, you just gotta do it. I don't care.
No, it has to be an instant. It has to be an instant thing. Instant reaction.
Don't play League of Legends.
So I was going for a drive.
Oh, what? Oh,
yeah, okay. but PS3 is still running. I had their online play. So
yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, it sucks that like how revolutionary the Xbox 360 was. Like, it had like the first emotes. It had the first skins. Like, it low key was a predecessor for like how Fortnite runs this whole thing. Like, where they have collab skins, or they have emotes. Like if you don't know, like dabbing was even on Xbox 360. Like, that's like, wow. That's insane.
Dang, yeah, it lasted a lot long to have that. That's
what I'm saying. Look up Santa dabbing emote. It's there. Like it was really like, they honestly, like, out of all the avatar creations or like all profile building from video games, Xbox 360 had a perfect blueprint. I don't know why they didn't like go with it. Like, even like they should have just kept going. Like,
I'd rather have an Xbox avatar than a me. I said it.
Oh,
I said it. I mean it.
Hey, that's
I mean it with I say that with my whole chest.
That's
the
fine.
Xbox avatar is way more goated than the Wii Mii's.
Yeah, I completely agree. Yeah, like,
yeah. Oh no, the Kinect is probably one of the best ways to play those type of games, like Michael Jackson Experience and stuff like that. Like, you got to hold the controller and stuff like that. While the Xbox Kinect, it's just a camera, and you dance, and you
get lucky. It works, and when it works well.
Yeah, you gotta get it's a light. It's always the lighting. The lighting is always going to be the problem. You get the right lighting though. Oh, it's perfect. I played a lot of games on there. I went back during COVID. Played this game called Fever Pitch that was really dope. You were like you were taking out zombies with a as a pitcher, and you were literally just launching balls at people. It was dope. It was actually really cool. So I love that game. And like, it was like the double hands. You'd be able to throw both arms, stuff like that, throw fireballs and stuff. It was a great game.
Wow. Yeah. Like, look at that. Like, Xbox 360 it did it all. It really did. I don't see where it failed at. Like, maybe like
the only thing. I don't think it failed. I don't think 360 failed. I mean,
its successors did. Yeah. It peaked too early, I think.
Yeah.
Or the Red Ring of Death obviously didn't help when it comes to that.
It looked cool. Like, even that. Like, it still looked kind of dope.
Yeah, I'm bleeding. Yeah, that's
like,
the 360.
And it was
like
just
the aura it had while dying was incredible. Not everything could do that.
Just the amount of how many died, I think it's like 60%. The number's crazy of how many actually were not. Yeah, remember that's bad. Yeah, it's just how many actually were affected by that. It was warranty numbers. I'll never look up. I'll look up the documentary about that, and then having to walk up to I think Steve Ballmer. Actually, shout out to the Clippers owner, was CEO at that time, and he was just like, so how much is it going to cost? And the guy was like $1.8 billion, and he was just like, well, let's go ahead and get it up and running. I'm just like, you have to be kidding me.
Wow.
That much in order to have enough money to make sure everything gets back warranty wise.
Wow, bro.
Yeah. That's how bad it was. That's how bad it was. Yeah.
Unheard of. But that's not Microsoft money.
Yeah, it's fucked up money.
Yes.
I'm always have a place in my heart for the Xbox 360 because I remember when I first saw the Gears of War trailer, it made me go out and buy the 360. And I remember getting the wireless internet adapter to plug onto the back of it.
Yep.
Via the USB. I remember going and buying the extended hard drive to clip in at the top.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Like the Xbox 360 was a hell of a console that came at a great time that definitely kept us entertained. I believe in that front room for a few summers for sure. But we send our condolences to it, and we hope to one day see you again in retro gaming lore in some beautiful way. Thank you, Xbox 360, for your contribution.
Xbox 360 Mini.
I'll take it. I will cry for that. I would love to have that.
We have the S1E8 Mini. It's like we probably all of us lifetime wise will be able to probably see an Xbox 360 Mini. I think it will happen.
And I will play it heavily.
But for now, let's go ahead and give it a salute.
Sorry. Gone but not forgotten.
Gone but not forgotten.
I think the card that had F in the chat was on 360. So.
Yeah,
X, bro. Oh.
Play X to pay respects.
Yeah.
Yeah, F to pay respects. Yeah.
It started there.
Thank you, 360.
The blue X. Not the
we never got the 720. RIP.
We want to thank you guys for tuning in to the 4Kontrollers podcast, man. Thank you guys again. Make sure you guys go and follow 4Kontrollers. That's 4Kontrollers with a K, by the way, on all social media platforms. We really appreciate you guys' respect, your support, and your love. We got so much more on the way, man. As we sign out of here, I'm Cleo Thomas, a.k.a. Player 1.
I'm Kadeem Thomas, Player 2.
I'm Camille Thomas, Player 3.
And I'm Kalia Thomas, Player 4. And thank you to all our 5th controllers for plugging in with us today. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Thank y'all. Love y'all.